Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog on the channel, and today we're going to be going over some Q&A questions that some of you guys left on my last video. So let me pull them up right now. They will be on your screen so you can read along with me. So the video was from last Tuesday, and I meant to do it for a week break or whatever, and then do it this Tuesday, but something came up and I couldn't get it out, so I'll do it today. And the first question is by my man Snelllz, who is linked in the description. He asked, "How are we friends?" Well, man, I think it all went back to, was it middle school or high school? I know like a main part of that was definitely Grizz's health class. You and Drew and everybody, it was a good time in there. And then all of a sudden, like, we started hanging out with Brent and Chris and you, and yeah, that's just basically how it went. And then second part of that question, you asked also, how are your sauce packets? Well, I had a whole bunch of sauce packets, which you probably don't know the story about, but we have this Madden tournament that me and a couple of guys are in, and we had this container with like the safe with like all the money in it that we collected that we'd give out to the winner. And one year we went to Taco Bell, and I forgot who it was, but they grabbed a whole bunch of Taco Bell sauce packets and they put it in the safe, and whoever won would win the sauce packets. Well, I didn't win, and the person that did win didn't want the sauce packets, but it was my safe, so I had to keep the sauce packets until I threw them out like last year. So that answers how my sauce packets. I don't have any anymore. Alright, we go down to Darkmatter. He's like, how do I get to be your friend? Well, I don't necessarily have that many friends because I like to keep my friend group close. It's not that hard to become my friend, I guess. Just, be honest, be open, and everything like that. Yeah, just don't be stupid. That's basically it. Yeah, you can be as annoying as you want. I don't care. I put up with a lot of stuff already as it is, so I really don't care. Just, I don't like making enemies. I like making friends, so I like to be friends with everybody. But I also have a close friend group as it is. Then moving on to another question. This is a two-part question by Legend Shots. He asked, have you always wanted to do law enforcement as a career choice? And secondly, if you had to choose a different career, what would it be? Alright, so this is an interesting question for both of them, because law enforcement was not always my first choice. It's always been like in the back of my mind because, as most of you know, my dad is a police officer, and you can see his right there hanging on the door way back there. That's his bulletproof vest. And yeah, for career choice, not always wanted to be a law enforcement officer. When I first went to BOCES, like, you could just go like look out and see all the different options. I wanted to go into either healthcare or child development because I like helping people. We all know that. I've always said that I'm always down to help somebody, and I've always wanted to be like in the healthcare service, or nursing, I should say, since 4th grade all the way up until 10th grade. So it was a long time that I've wanted to become a nurse, and of course, like, you get those people that would always make fun of you and whatnot because it's projected as a female's job, but there's a lot of male nurses out there. And one of my buddies in middle school would always call me a nurse, which is a band nurse. So that was always funny. But yeah, and then for the early childhood development, just working with kids, which is what I do now. And I've always wanted to do that. It's like the kids are the future of us, basically. So it'll be always fun to see them grow and just see how it was like when you were a kid. But I guess, but you couldn't really see how you were a kid when you were a kid because you didn't pay attention to any of that, and you didn't have the cognitive skills to understand anything like that. So as an adult, it's kind of cool to see all the whole developmental process and just the weird things that kids do, which is another reason why I like to go into that field. And for a second choice, and for the second question, if you had to choose a different career, what would it be? Well, again, back into both of those two topics, the nursing or childhood development. But I also like interior design. So I know that's another weird thing, but I'm very into decoration and interior design, and not really the outside of structures, but like inside. Yeah, just anything like that. So anything interior, which is why I spend a lot of time on my room half the time, just putting up things and then taking them down and putting up different things. I like to have a certain look to it. And then the last question on here by Will Nichols, who was one of my roommates. He asked, if you chose not to go to Hilbert, where would you have gone to college? So Hilbert is my college. Here's my shirt right here, Hilbert Hawks. It is in Buffalo, New York, so around that area. And if I didn't choose to go here, I would have gone to either Niagara University or Brockport, because both of those both accepted me, and they have good criminal justice programs. But I ultimately chose Hilbert because they reached out to me and wanted me to run cross country for them. But I was only going to run cross country for Hilbert. I wasn't going to run for like any other team. So, you know, that aspect of it. Plus, then I found out that they were number 20 in the whole nation for criminal justice. So that really drew me in, and that's why I chose Hilbert. And yes, 2 more questions on here. If you didn't love playing video games, what would you do to keep yourself busy? So I've only recently been into video games. I got my PlayStation 4, I should say, in I think it was senior year. So before that, I really didn't do much. I don't really live near people either. I live kind of in the country, so I'm not surrounded by other, I guess, kids when I was younger or anything. So I really just sat around and did nothing, and I didn't have a phone. Only thing I really had was a Nintendo DS, so I like to play on that a lot and make friends through what was called the Miiverse, which is like an online friend thing that you talk to other people with. And yeah, that was kind of fun. But then my Nintendo 3DS got hit by a fire truck, and that was the end of that. But yeah, other than that, not really anything else besides collecting Legos, which you can't see in this camera, but they're everywhere in my room. And I still have some unopened, but I was big into them in like 2010 to 2011, everything around there. And let's go into the last question. If you had a sibling that was closer to your age, would your life be different? So, some of you may not know, but I have a half-brother who is like mid-40s, and I had a stepsister who was a little bit older than him, but she recently died of cancer in 2015, I believe. I'm not too sure, but yeah, so I really never got to see both of them, maybe like once a year. And I just never really had a sibling in my family. So growing up, I formed these close friendships with people because I never really had that sibling feel. I never had a brother or a sister. So some friends I really got attached to, and even like recently, I, just that sibling feel. It's hard to describe because, I never had a sibling, I guess. So, just a few of my friends I felt were like either a brother or a sister to me in many ways. And, it really sucks when you know that they're not your sibling and they're just your friend. And then all of a sudden they aren't your friend anymore, or, they just go somewhere else and you know that you're not going to see them again. Because, like, that happened in high school, that's happening, in college and whatnot, and everything like that. So, yeah, I do treat some of my friends like they are siblings, and the certain things that I would, that you say to your sibling, not your friends, and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's basically it. If you guys want to leave any other questions in this video, I can just answer them like right away, because I don't plan on doing another Q&A until more people start commenting and whatnot. But other than that, I think that'll be it for this video. Be sure to stay tuned for this Saturday's vlog if it's not raining out. Then we're gonna have another bonfire and everything. And yeah, so I'll see you guys all again next time.
God.